Oke, boleh kita mulakan nih. Tonggok, Tahir, Kendistatit, Rizalin, Khairatuna, Nurul, Umain, Kosih, mana nih? Ali Abdul, Unara, C. Muhammad, Asa, oke, Zainal Adam ya. Izan, Kartini, Khoteng, Humaini, Limtek, Lukman, Mirutula, ya Azril, Fikri, Farid Imran, Nur Atira, Nur Alia, Nur Aisyah, Nur Akila, Nur Sabrina, Zainul Adam, Yu Yin ya. Oke, kita boleh mulai ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Ya, selamat petang ya. So, sekejap ya, saya record ya. So, petang ini kita discuss about some question can help for the student to answer lah the final exam nantinya ya. Nah, so di sini ada 5, there are 5 question. So we want to discuss it. Yeah, we can see for this one ya. Okay, we can see the first question 1. The question is, cooling water is supplied at a rate of 540 meter cubic per hours from a cooling tower to a heat exchanger. In here exchanger we can call also condenser. This one is condenser. The diameter and total length of the pipes are 200 millimeters and 150 meters respectively. The piping system consists of 8 fully open gate valves, 3 strainers, and 25 units of 90 degree standard airbus. The losses coefficient of the strainer is 8. The loss coefficient for different fitting are shown in table 1. Calculate the total fitting loss. Ini respectively tak ada ni. Calculate the total fitting loss. Now, so we can see here, it is the loss coefficient for the different fittings. Meaning this table can be applied for the type of the fitting used in this question. Now, so we can see from here, the fitting, valves, strainer, and also elbows. This one. Now, from this question, we can see that there is a water cooling towers. This one water cooling towers. It is fan. It is fan. And then this one we can see like this one. It is supply pipe. Supply pipe. And then enter this water cooling tower. Drop this water from here. And then here flow through the water film. And then in the basin here, water drop in here. And then we have the return pipe. Return pipe. So this pipe we can see it is come from what we can call this one is heat exchanger. Heat exchanger. Or in the chiller we can call also condenser. Condenser. Now, so from here, after here we have the evaporator goes to this heat exchanger and then goes to the cooling tower here, and then go back here, through this pipe, arriving this heat exchanger. Now, in this system, it is one part here only. Now we can see here a handling unit including. but I draw like this one only. Now we know that for flowings this cool water in this pipe, we have what we can call as the condenser pump system. Yeah, we have in here condenser pump system. We have pump system. Now, so in here, when the water flow here, now so meaning water flow through these pipes. And then this pipe construct by the, for example, valve. For example, in here, we have pulp in here. For example, this one, we have pulp. And also we have elbow. Maybe in here, we have the elbow here, elbow. And then maybe we have the strainer. Strainer. Strainer, for example, like this one lah. We have here strainer. Strainer. Now this all we can call as the pitting pipe, pitting pipe. Now so in this question we just find the pitting losses, pitting losses here. Now so pitting losses meaning the losses occurs by the valve and then elbow and then also the strainer. Strainer. Now this one lah. Now follow. How many number of valve? This one is 8. We have the 8 valve. We have the number of elbow 25. And the strainer is 3 here. Now each type of the pitting here, we have the coefficient of friction loss in here, CO. Now so in here for the CO strainer is given in here we can see here loss coefficient of the strainer is 8. Now CO is here 8 in here. Now for the valve and elbow, please when we want to find this CO here, please refer this table. Nah ini. Jadi elbow yang kita guna adalah elbow jenis 90 degree. 90 standard elbow degree standard elbow. Kemudian nanti ada we have the fully open gate valve. Nah, so we can see here the type of the elbow here and also gate valve here, gate valve here, this one. Okay, and then when we refer this question, here we have the diameter of pipe. Diameter of pipe in here 200 millimeter. Now, so we have D is equal to 200 millimeter, or 0.2 meters, this one. And length we have 150 meters. Now means when we want to find, for example, the coefficient loss of the valve, please refer type of the valve and also diameter of pipes. Type of the valve is fully open gate valve, open gate valve. Okay, and then diameter is 200. Now, so meaning 200 in here. And then for the gate valve here, now so we obtain lah the CO 0.08 for the gate valve. And CO is 0.27 for elbow. We can see dari dekat sini, kemudian ini. So the intersection point here is the value of coefficient of loss. Okay, now so because in this question, we just calculate the total fitting loss. Nah, kalau we can see here, if we want to find the total loss, consist of, if we want to find the number of the length of pipe, how many meters. Now, so we have the friction loss. Now this meaning loss is caused by the length of pipes. Okay, and then loss based on the coefficient loss is pitting loss in here. And then based on the heat, we have the heat loss for this one, cooling tower, and also heat loss for the, kalau dia punya nanti yang lain silakan lah, please lah, fine. Nah, so the last we have the total loss of this system. Siapa nama? Ada masuk mana? Okay, now so in here we have just calculate the total pitting loss, total pitting loss. Only the pitting loss we want to find it here. Now so consist of the 3 type of the pitting. Now so we can see nanti ya. The total pitting loss is given by the total fitting loss for the valve, fitting loss for the elbow, and then fitting loss for the strainer. Mananya kita cari ini masing-masing ya. Now so we can see the general fitting loss is given by delta fitting is equal to the number of fitting multiply CO multiply P power 2 over 2 CO rho in here 2 multiply rho ini Now this one this can be applied for this type of fitting Okay, now the number of each fitting is given. Means the pulp is A, strainer 3, and then the elbow 25. Okay, and then because following this one, CO we can revert the table, and P in here is volume. Volume. Now so for the volume, we know that this one V is equal to Q over A. Now so means we have to find the value of A in here. And then remember Q in here is flow rate. Now so the unit should be in the SI. When we apply this formula. Now so please find first the value of Q. Now from this question, Q is given. The flow rate is 540 meter power 3 over hours. Now this one. Now means this value should be convert to meter cubic per second this one. Okay, now so to be like this one lah, the water flow rate Q is equal to plus 550 meter cubic per hours. Now so we know that 1 hours is equal to 300,600 seconds. Or 1 second is equal to 1 over 3,000 hours. This one This one. Now we can write lah like this one. Now we can convert. 1 hours here, 3,600 seconds. This one Now, and then 540 divided by 3,600, we obtain 0.150 meter cubic per second. This one, this value. Okay, and then obtain Q in the meter cubic per second, and then we find A. Because we know that pipes in here, it is pipes. Pipes, and then we have the diameter here. Now so cross-section area of pipe like a circle, yeah, is given by V d power 2, yeah, phi d power 2 over 4, this one. And then diameter is given, yeah, 0.2 meters. Now, so we can calculate it lah by using this formula, yeah, this one, yeah. The cross-section area of pipe A is equal to Vd power 2 over 4. Yeah, P is 3.14 multiply D, yeah, 0.2, yeah, this one, yeah, yeah, from 200 millimeters, yeah, convert to be SI unit, yeah, 0.2 meters. Power 2 over 4, we obtain this one. Yeah, it is the cross-section area of the pipes at 0.0314 meter power 2. Okay, now so we can find the water velocity. Yeah, P is equal to Q over A. Q is this one, yeah, we have obtained 0.150 divided by 0.314, yeah, from here. Now, so we obtain a 4.777 millimeter per second. This one, yeah, it is velocity. Yeah. Okay, now after obtaining the volume, yeah, we can apply this formula. Yeah, its type of the fitting, the losses is given by this formula. The number of fitting multiply CO multiply P power 2 multiply rho over 2, yeah, this one, yeah. Okay, the first we have to find the value of valve. Yeah, valve. Number of valve is the general formula is given by this one, yeah. Delta valve is equal to the number of valve, yeah, multiply coefficient loss for the valve multiply rho multiply P power 2 over 2. This one, yeah. Now CO, yeah, because the type of the valve is fully open gate valve and diameter of the pipe is 200 millimeters. So if refer this one, yeah, we can obtain lah CO, yeah, is 0.08, yeah. It is the type of the valve. And then the diameter of pipe here. Now, so we obtain CO 0.08, yeah. Now, so to be like this one. This value of the CO 0.08. Now, so we substitute here and then multiply rho in here. Yeah, rho in here. I repeat again, it is the water density. Yeah, the value is 1000 kilogram per meter cubic. Eh? Now, so should be multiply 1000 multiply volume 4.77 power 2 over 2. Yeah, it is volume obtained here. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Now, so we obtain lah the loss valve is given by 7.3 kVA. Yeah, remember when we apply this this formula, unit in PA, unit in PA. Okay, next we calculate the loss of strainer. Yeah, the number of strainer is 3, and then coefficient of strainer is given from the question. Yeah, 8 in here. Now, so multiply by 8 in here, and then it is rho, the water density, 1000, water velocity, 4.77 power 2 divided by 2. We obtain 273.8 kVA. Yeah, it is for the strainer. Okay, last, we want to find the losses for the elbow. Yeah. Now, general formula is given same. Delta P elbow is given by the number of elbow multiply CO multiply rho multiply P power 2 over 2, yeah. Now CO in here mean CO your coefficient loss for the elbow, and then the type of elbow here, 90-degree standard elbow with diameter of the pipe 200 millimeters. This one is millimeters. Millimeters. Nah, so river lah this table. Diameter 200 and the type of elbow 90-degree elbow standard. So like this one and like this one, we have the intersection point. Now this intersection point is S value of the elbow 0.27. Nah, so this one lah 0.27. Number of elbow 25, and then it is rho, it is water velocity power 2 over 2. Lastly, we have the value of the elbow loss in the PA is 77 kPa, this one. Okay, now so we can find the total pitting loss, delta P pitting is given by pitting loss for the pulp, for the elbow, and for the strainer. Pulps, we given from this one 7.3. It is for the strainer 273, 73.8, and then loss for the elbow 77. Now this one lah, it is for the pulp, it is for the elbow, and it is for the strainer. So 7.3 kPa, plus 77 kPa plus 273.8 kPa. Lastly, we have value of the fitting loss is 358.1 kPa. This one Nah, inilah dia. Itulah dia about the fitting loss. When we apply one cooling tower system in the chiller, where the cool water is pumped by the condenser pump system. Okay, any question? Ada beberapa soalan? Oh yeah, sorry. Minta slow. Ke Taufik ada soalan Taufik? Cakap aja Taufik Kadang saya pun tak perasan saya.
Formula given in final?
Almost same lah. Nah, so maybe if the question it is kan just calculate the pitting losses. Nah, so maybe in the question can the total pitting of the overall system Nah, so you have to find it lah, the overall system. Siapa tadi?
Sir, formula given in final?
Yes. Please study lah about this one. But maybe, the question is different. Maybe can, the total losses. Fafitras.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Any question? Any question more? Please ask. Meaning for understanding lah about this pumping system. Siapa ni? Formula is not given Clement, formula is not given. Please remember for the formula related for the system. Boleh. Now, so for example, for this pumping system, we want to find the the total power loss. Yeah, we know the power loss. Yeah, for the friction. Yeah, from the 5. So we have to find friction loss. We have to find the the length. Yeah, after that the friction. Yeah, please refer one coefficient loss chart. Yeah, in class we have discussed about that. And then after that, this lah the fitting, and then heat about the heat. Water cooling system. Okay, and then calculate the all total. After that, find lah if we want to find the input power of the pumping system. Use the formula input power motor is equal to Q is water flow multiply the total power loss, and then divide by the efficiency lah. Efficiency for the motor, and then for the coupling, and then for the pump. Okay. Ada apa lagi soalan? We can continue.
Doktor.
Muhammad.
Soalan aircon kan yang psychometric chart tu ada masuk tak?
Nanti dulu. Ini belum semua ni masuk apa? Kemungkinan ada. Fokus saja lah. Saya kan dah cakap dekat kelas. Hafizun. Nanti dekat yang ini pun ada juga pasal psychometric chart.
Oh, alright.
Hafizun ya.
Baik.
Okey. Tak ada, biar lagi. Boleh kita lanjut? Boleh? Okay, question 2. Question 2. Kenapa beza ni?
Doktor.
Ya.
Soalan tadi kan, kenapa kita tak pakai dia punya friction loss chart untuk black steel pipe?
Soalan dia yang ditanya hanya fitting. Siapa tadi yang tanya?
Oh, okay.
Nanti kalau makanya saya dah explain tadi. Depend on the question ya.
Okay.
Kalau ditanya overall, cari overall, termasuklah yang friction loss daripada relate to the panjang length daripada pipe given.
Okay, faham doktor.
Ini kan dalam soalan tadi kan hanya fitting saja yang kena kita kira. Okay, given.
Okay doktor.
Okay ya. Okay, ada apa lagi? Biar kita lanjut. Okay, kalau tak ada ni, look at the question 2. Figure 1 shows a hydrogen energy storage system applied to a fuel cell. If the fuel cell power of 2 kilowatt operating for 1 hour at cell voltage 0.8 volt, how many number of kilogram of oxygen hydrogen usage during the operation time of 3 hours? So maknanya here we have a energy storage here. The energy storage is hydrogen, H2. This hydrogen is generated, is produced by water electrolyzer. Obtain it and then fill in this tank. This tank lah. And then maybe in here we have valve lah selalunya ada valve lah, di adjust for the pressure and also for the temperature. We can observe. Now so this hydrogen is as a main source of the PEM PEM. ya, proton exchange membrane fuel cell. Yeah, this one. Okay, now so in here, the system needs the first hydrogen, yeah, for the anode system. And for the cathode, also need oxygen here, O2. Yeah, O2 here. Yeah, and then for the air also, yeah, air in here, like this one. Okay, now so when the fuel cell generate the power is equal to 2 kilowatt, and we know it is fuel cell stack. Yeah, fuel cell stack is constructed by the sham fuel cell, which cell has cell voltage is equal to given by 0.8 volt. Yeah, 0.8 volt. Yeah, this one. Now, so we want to find number of oxygen in kilogram, yeah, for the A also, and for the hydrogen. Yeah, this one for 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours. Okay, now so from here, we can find it. Yeah, it's the oxygen, air, and hydrogen. Yeah, by using this formula lah. It is formula for the oxygen, yeah, for the oxygen. Now, so O2 usage is given by 8.29 times 10 power minus 8 PE over PC. Remember, when we apply this formulation, the unit given in the kilogram per second, yeah, this one. So yeah, just substitute lah W. Yeah, before PE is 2 kilowatt. Yeah, 2 kilowatt in here kan 2000 watt. Correct ya? PE 2000 watt and PC 0.8 volt. Now, so we substitute here. So we obtain 8.29 times 10 power minus 8 times 2000 over 0.8. We have this all value is 2.07 times 10 power minus 4 in kilogram per second. Yeah, remember this one. Yeah, unitnya. Okay, now so, yeah, because in our question, we want to know how many number of oxygen, air, and hydrogen in kilogram, yeah, if this system operate, yeah, for 3 hours. Now, so meaning, yeah, remember lah this one. Yeah, so second here, yeah, should be convert to be hours. Yeah, before we have write that 1 hours is equal to 3000 second, yeah, or 1 second is equal to 1 over 3000 hours. Now we can substitute here, yeah, like this one lah. So ini kan jadinya 1 over 3000. Ya, 1 over 3600 hours. Ya. Nah, so nih we calculate here, ya 2.07 times 10 power minus 4 multiply 3600. Ya, ini kan kalau mau kita potong-potong. So we obtain the value of the oxygen usage is 0.75 kilogram per hours. Yeah, this one. Now, because in the question we want to find the value of oxygen in kilogram, yeah, for 3 hours, yeah, just multiply lah this value by 3. Now, so during 3 hours, does O2 oxygen, O2 usage 0.75 kilogram, yeah, per hours multiply 3 hours. Ya, just 0.75 kilogram multiply 3 ya. Ini kan potong habis ya. We obtain lah 2.25 kilogram ya. Oke, boleh? Itu yang itu dulu. Boleh nih? Any question? Ada apa-apa soalan? Oke, tak ada. Oke ya, it is for the oxygen. Ya, next for the hydrogen and air. Now, please just use almost same formula. Ya, the different only coefficient of PE over PC. Ya. That is same. Ya, way to find the air usage. The general formulation, this one. Ya, air usage is equal to 3.57 time 10 power minus 7 time PE over PC. Ya, same this unit in kilogram per second. Ya, this one. Ya, ini ya. Nah, so we obtain also value of PE. Ya, value of PE given in the question 2000 and PC 0.8. Okay, nah, so we multiply lah all this value. Last we have the air usage is 8.93 times 10 power minus 4 kilogram per second. Yeah, same. We know that the value of the 1 second is 1 over 3,600. Ya, ini kalau saya tulis lah ya, I can write like this one. Ya, it is equal air usage is equal to 8.93 times 10 power minus 4 kilogram per second. Nah, so we can write 8.93 times 10 power minus 4 kilogram per 1 second tadi 1 over 3,600 hours. Nah, ini kan boleh naik ya. Jadi 8.93 times 10 power minus 4 times 3,600 kilogram per hours. Nah, so last we obtain lah this one ya. The value is 3.21 kilogram per hours. Now, so the question for 3 hours. Ya, just multiply 3 hours ya, here ya. Lastly, we have 9.63 kilogram. Yan ya? Boleh ya? Okay? Okay? Okay, last. Last for the hydrogen usage, the formula almost same. The different only the coefficient of PE over PC. Ya. Hydrogen usage is equal to 1.05 times 10 power minus 8 times PE over PC. PE 2000 ya, before given 2 kilowatt over PC 0.8 ya, cell voltage. Now, so last we obtain the value of H2 usage 2.63 times 10 power minus 5 kilogram per second. Same, convert lah second to be hours. Yeah, we have multiply 3,600 per hours. Yeah. Last we can obtain the value A usage is 0.095 kilogram per hours. Yeah, per hours. Now, so 3 hours, yeah, just multiply 3. Yeah, yeah, now, so we obtain lah the H2 usage for 3 hours is 0.285 kilogram. Nah, ini ya. Nah, inilah untuk yang hydrogen usage ya, for applying ya the fuel cell system. Okay, any question? Or this hydrogen storage ya, when they apply to the fuel cell, ada. Sir thought said before that no formula. Okay. Final exam question masuk yang mana? Nah, ini ya, ini apa ya? Ya, please lah study about this one. Ya, ini ada yang masuk ya. But relate lah, focus more this one. And then ya, please mananya ya, macam saya tadi kalau untuk pump system ya, maybe overall system should be calculated ya. Ini kan hanya untuk ini nak bagi tahu lah yang kiraan tadi for the heating losses ya. Dapat tadi? Faiz Hakim. Ya Faiz Hakim ya. Ada lagi apa soalan? Halo? Halo, sila tanya about this question. Tadi juga? Okay, kalau tak ada, we can see the question 3. Ya, consider, ni 3 dia buang ya. Consider 800 RT chiller capacity option, ya, to support the constant process cooling load, ya, of 8, oh ini betul ya, sorry. Ya, consider 800 RT chiller capacity option. Mean in here, we have the capacity of chiller, but we have the 3 option. Yeah, the option is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, with the different capital, all initial cost and efficiency following this table. To support the constant process cooling load of 800 RT with their first cost and efficiency as presented in the table 2 this one If the electrical tariff is 0.43 per kilowatt hours, electrical cost escalation is 2% per year, chiller operate 10 hours per day and 240 days per year, evaluate a suitable chiller option based on the comparison of life cycle cost for year per year. Nah, ini sampai 4 tahun saja. Nah, so when we want to find it, which one is suitable, relate to the cost, selalunya please lah choose the lowest cost. Get ya? Okay, nah so same like in our class, the first we have find lah the total cost, starting from the initial cost. And then year 1 should be find 2, 3, and 4. And then please find the total. For each option, option 1, 2, and 3. Now, for example, for option 1 lah. This one is option 1. Option 1. In the option 1, we have RM 1,700,000. This one Now, so we know the energy is given by power multiply times. This one And then power in here, we know that the efficiency, efficiency of the chiller, remember this one is equal to power consumed in the kilowatt divided by RT. Now, so from here, we can write power consumed in the kilowatt here is equal to efficiency chiller multiply cooling load in RT. This one, it is power. Mean it is power here. Now, so if we write here to be mana tadi ini efficiency of the chiller multiply RT or chiller capacity lah. In this energy. Now, so if you want to find the cost, cost is equal to energy multiply tarif tarif Yeah, because it is unit in the uh, kilowatt hours. Yeah, kilowatt hours. We can obtain it lah in the kilowatt. Yeah, kilowatt hours. Nah, so how many RM yeah per kilowatt hours ya. Nah, so obtain it for the cost ya, this one. Okay, now yeah we can find it the total cost for the option 1. Yeah, option 1 initial this one and then efficiency 0.53 kilowatt per RT. Yeah, remember ya, it is efficiency of the chiller 0.53. Okay, now so we find it lah this one ya. In the first year, chiller operation time, this one ya, time here, and then power, ya power is equal to chiller efficiency, ya multiply chiller capacity. It is in RT, efficiency in kilowatt per RT ya. Nah, ini kan boleh potong-potong ya. Multiply electric tariff because this cost ya. Okay, nah so chiller operation time is given by mana dia? Ya, 10 hours per day and 240 days per year. Yeah, because we want to find it the cost per cost per year ya. This one. So 10 hours per day multiply 240 days per year. Yeah, this one. And then chiller capacity 800 RT. And then efficiency is 0.53 kilowatt per RT. This one ya. 0.53 kilowatt per RT. And then tariff 0.43 RM per kilowatt hours. Dan inilah ya, multiply 0.43 RM per kilowatt hours. We obtain ya this one. Ya for 137,568 RM ya obtain. Ya, it is the electrical energy cost for first year. Ya every year, the escalation of cost is given by 2% per year with for before cost. Before cost mean if it is the 2024 kena tolak 2% daripada cost sebelumnya. Nah itu ya. Nah ini terpakai terus ya terpakai. Nah so we can find it lah for the year 2. Ya the electrical energy cost for year 1 obtain from here. And then multiply multiply 1 plus this one ya. Ya, nah cost dia this one ya. Means the escalation will be added the value of cost escalation. Ya, this one ya. Nah, so plus it is multiply it is the electrical cost for the first year multiply 1 plus the escalation of electrical tariff. The escalation of the electric tariff is 2%. Now, so it is the first year multiply 1 plus 2% or 0.02. We obtain lah this one. And then same for the electrical energy cost for year 3. Now this one is equal to same lah. It is RM for 146,319.36 multiply 1 plus 0.02 ya, this one ya. Nah, so is equal to, coba kalau kita kira ini. Ya, yang sana itu 1 plus 0.02 kan 1 plus 0.02 ya 1.002 multiply 400 for 62319.36 ya. So is equal to RM 447,000 to 11.99 lah atau 212 ya RM. We check ya here. 4, 6 319.36 multiply 1.0 tuh ya, betul ya, 455,245. Mana tadi ini? Ini silap nih. Ini kan this one is 1.02 ya. Nah, so we obtain it for 55,245. 45.7 lah RM ya. Nah ini so kalau teruskan ini we obtain it lah like this one ya. Nah ini semua terus. Nah so meaning we can arrange one table like this one. Yeah, one table like this one. Yeah, it is for the option 1. Yeah, we can calculate it. Yeah, per year. And then this value, yeah, this value, yeah, plus 2% of this value. Yes, you obtain here. Year 3, the cost for the year 2, yeah, plus 2%, yeah, for the year 2, yeah, for this 3 lah. And then for the first sem, cost for the year 3, yeah, plus 2%, yeah, for the year 3. We obtain it here. After that, we can add this total. We obtain it like this one. For the same way, you can obtain option 2 and option 3 also ya. Nah ini. Ya, nah so we can see here, look at the total. Which one is lowest? Ya, the option 1 ya, option 1 here. Nah so we can conclude lah. Ya, the analysis of comparison of life cycle cost per 4 years. Ya, period can be decide ya as stated below lah ini ya. Kalau kita tengok memang option 1 the initial price still high ya compare option 3, option 2. The higher this one ya. But in term of the the total option 1 is lowest cost. Nah so we choose the option 1 ya. Inilah dia yang ini. Now, the total electrical cost of option 1 is the lowest, thus the option 1 should be selected ya. Inilah dia. Itulah dia ya. Ini kalau related to the cost. Oke. Apa nih? Ya betul. Ya tadi saya tersilap. 1 plus 0.02 is equal sepatutnya 1 plus 0.02 is equal to 1.02 ya. Nah tadi. Oke, terima kasih ya Ji Panjen. Oke semua. Oke. Oke, apa lagi? Terima kasih. Sila. Sila tanya. Please give a question. Yeah, if no understand, yeah, or if we have wrong, yeah, please correct it. Thank you. Any question? Tak ada, Azwan?
No question, sir.
No question. Okay, kalau tak ada, please look at about the psychometric chart. Tadi siapa tadi? Muhammad apa? Hafiz yang tanya. Please look at this one ya. Figure 1 shows an air temperature condition of inside and outside electrical foot warmer, which is heated by metallic filaments heater in a restaurant. Mananya ada kalau kedai makan lah itu ya, kedai makan dia punya heater yang makan itu kena bagi hangat, simpan ya dekat warmer. Dan the warmer ini dia punya high heat itu 3 kilowatt lah ya. High heat ini 3 kilowatt. And then this is supply from the TMB lah for example ya. Ya nih. Nah, daripada sini. Nah, ini kan heater. Kalau panas dia dekat dalam 44 degree Celsius. Jadi kita bagi udah ikut dia punya kesesuaian untuk penyimpanan makanan lah. Kalau tak silap saya dalam ring berapa 40 to 60 degree Celsius ya, depend on this type of the food also. And then the outside is 25 degree Celsius. Yeah, this one. Now means in here 25 degree Celsius is lower temperature and 44 degree Celsius is higher temperature. Okay. Nah, from here, nantinya we measure using psychometric device that construct by the wet bulbs and dry bulbs temperature to measure T. From here we obtain T dB and TWB. This one ya. Nah, after this, by using the psychometric chart, we want to know kalau tadi makanan yang kita simpan dekat warmer ini selamat tak? Mananya following the federation health and safety lah tadi kan. Nah, kalau berapa volume humidity ratio, specific volume, elok tak makanan tadi. Nah, itu mananya ya. Okay. Now, in here we have the also we can call the process heat pump system. Okay. Nah, so for the question 1, calculate the coefficient of performance COP of the heater or warmer, the input power in kilowatt and the low heat in kilowatt and kilojoule per hours. Nah ini ya, jadi mana saya ini kena hati-hati in term of the comparison unit. The first we have to find the COP and then input power. And the low heat. When we find the low heat in here, in kilowatt and kilojoule per hours. For the B, if the restaurant has 10 electrical food warmer. Jadi kalau dia kedai makan itu ada 10 warmer, calculate the annual electricity cost which they operate for 6 hours a day for 30 working days in every month. Jadi artinya warmer ini kita boleh anggaplah operate ya setiap hari ya 30 hari kan dalam sebulan ya. Tiap harinya itu 6 jam. Nah, please find lah the annual electrical cost. Ya, annual electrical cost dia ada sebutkan nih. Kenapa terlepas saya? Coba sekejap. Dia punya ya kita ikut inilah ya. Nanti saya tambah 0.43. Ya, 0.43 per kilowatt hours. Nah ini ya, nanti masukkanlah dia punya ini per kilowatt hours dia. Ya ini ya. Nah, and then the inside electrical foot warmer is measured using handheld spirometry and gives the temperature results ya 44 degrees Celsius dB and 29.3 degrees Celsius watt bulb. Decide the values of relative humidity, enthalpy, specific volume, dew point, and humidity ratio using psychometric chart. Jadi nanti kalau final exam psychometric chart ini saya attach ya, ada saya attach. Ya. Nah, okay. Ya, the first we want to find the COP. Ya, COP. Ya, it is for the heat pump ya, heat pump. So COP is given by this one. Jadi tak payah kita tengok nota balik lah ya. Ya, COP heat pump is equal to 1 over 1 minus TL over TH. And then remember, when apply this formula, temperature here, yeah, this all in Kelvin ya. Kelvin, remember. So L is low, H is high. Now, so following this figure, we obtain the 25 degrees Celsius is low temperature, and then 44 degrees Celsius is high temperature. That is one, yeah. Now, because applying the formulation, the unit should be in Kelvin. So this all degrees Celsius should be 8 by 273 ya in Kelvin ya, so we can write it. Nah, so COP heat pump is equal to 1 over 1 TL 25 yang tadi degree Celsius 273 ya, should be convert to be Kelvin. 44 degree Celsius should be 273 ya Kelvin. Nah, C is equal to 1 over 1 minus 298 over 317. Ya, lastly, we obtain lah the COP, the coefficient of performance heat pump is 16.68. Ya, this one ya. Ya. Oke. Ya, inilah dia yang COP. Ini COP. And then input power in kilowatt. Ya, input power in kilowatt. Ya, input power in kilowatt. Now, so remember, yeah, for the heat pump system, yeah, we have the COP heat pump is equal to high heat over input power. Yeah, now, so if we look at this one, yeah, it is connected to the let's say lah in here TNB ya, TNB here. Mean TNB supply power to this system. Nah, so we write in here input power, WEN, ya, input power. And then we know from this formula, ya, coefficient of performance heat pump is equal to high heat divided by input power, or input power is equal to high heat divided by COP HP ya, this one. Nah, so we obtain lah itu ya, this one ya. Ya, QH is 3 kilowatt ya, following this figure. QH is equal to 3 kilowatt ya. Divided by COP obtained here. Nah, so we obtain lah 0.18 kilowatt. Yeah, so COP obtain, and then input power in kilowatt, yeah, this one, yeah, input power in kilowatt. Yeah, last we want to find the low heat, yeah, low heat in kilowatt and kilojoule hours. Okay, now so remember when we have like this one, it is input power, yeah, and then it is QL in here, yeah. Yes, QL, QH in here. Now, so input here, output, W in, yeah, plus QL is equal to QH, yeah. Or we want to find the low heat in here. Now, so we write low heat is equal to QH minus W in. Okay, yeah, this one lah. Yeah, Q in is 3, QH is 3. Yeah, from this figure, QH is 3 kilowatt. It is, yeah, QH, this one, yeah, W in here. Now QH is 3, W in obtain, yeah, from here 0.18. Now so is equal to 2.82 kilowatt. Yeah, QL in here. So kilowatt in here. This one, yeah, heat in kilowatt and kilojoule per hours. Yeah, we have to convert lah kilowatt to be kilojoule per hours. Now because here QL is equal to 2.82 kilowatt. Yeah, and then we know that, yeah, 1 joule is equal to 1 watt second. Yeah, correct, yeah. We know that energy is equal to power multiply times, yeah, energy unit in joule. So 1 joule is equal to power unit SI watt times second. So 1 joule is equal to 1 watt second. Yeah, or 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. Yeah, this one, yeah. Now so we can write lah this watt here to be here, joule per second. And then we know that 1 second is equal to 1 over 3,600 hours. Now, so it is can be written to be like this one. Okay, ini naik ke atas, so can be right, yeah, can be written like this one, 2.82 times 3,600 kilojoule per hours. Yeah, this one, yeah. So the result to be 10.152 kilojoule per hours, ya. Ini ya. Oke, silakan, mana yang tak paham? Terutamanya yang comparison dia punya unit lah. Tapi sebetulnya ini simple ya. Saya kan hanya untuk putarkan ini aja, comparison unitnya saja. Oke, silakan. Siapa-siapa yang ini nak tanyakan pasal COP tadi, input power, heat, low, kemudian ya compression unit. Silahkan, ada apa-apa? Zibanzan? Zibanzan? Muhammad Faiz ada? Angzi, Nick Kisten, Nick Nuraina, Nires, Nur Atira. Ada? Tak ada? Samir, Nazril, Nazim, Israif, Isirab, Lukman. Oke, kalau tak ada, kita tengok question 2 yang B ya. If the restaurant has 10 electrical foot warmer, calculate the annual electrical cost which they operate 6 hours a day for 30 working days in every month. Nah, jadi kita tengok ya. Tadi dia punya input power, kan kita dapatkan input power udah dapat ya. Lalu ada 10, darabkan dia punya power. Lalu darabkanlah kalau cari per day ke, lepas tu monthly, lepas tu 0 silakan saja. Kemudian cost tadi ya darabkanlah 0.43 over kilowatt hours ya. Oke, kita tengok ni. Ya. The input power of each electrical foot warmer. Jadi tadi mananya ini kan 0.18 kilowatt kan dah kita kira. Ni ya, input power yang daripada sini. Ya, ini 0.18 kilowatt. Ni ya. Ini untuk satu warmer. Karena ada 10, darabkanlah 10. Ya, darab 10. Jadi ini. Ya, the total input power of the electrical foot warmer is 10 multiplied 0.18 kilowatt. Nah, so is equal to 1.8 kilowatt. Jadi kedai makan itu kan ada 10, totalnya dia 1.8 kilowatt ya. Nah ini kalau mau cari dulu per day silakanlah. Ini saya kira per day dulu. Ya, the electrical energy per day, sebab per day itu operate 6 hours. Ya, 6 hours. Nah, so we obtain electrical energy input power multiply operating times ya. So 1.8 kilowatt multiply 6 hours. We obtain 10.8 kilowatt hours. It is per day. Per month multiply 30. Kan macam itu ya. Dan ya, nanti 30 lah. Kalau dia 30 kalikan 30 darab 30 and then in 1 year we have 12 months. Nah ini. Nah, so the annual electrical energy is equal to the electrical energy per day multiply 30 days per month multiply 12 month per years. Nah, so lastly we have 3,888 kilowatt hours. Nah, ini ya. Inilah dalam 1 tahun. Nah, kalau dia per kilowatt hours-nya RM 0.43 per kilowatt hours, so multiply sajalah ini. Nah, inilah the annual electrical cost is equal to the annual electrical energy multiply 0.43 RM per kilowatt hours. So ini yang annual dah. Lalu per kilowatt hours-nya 0.43 per kilowatt hours, we obtain lah RM 1671.84 RM. Inilah ya. Oke? Boleh? Oke, any question? Tongkok? Mirutullah?
No, sir.
No. Oke, boleh paham ya. Nanti siapa tahu ada final exam yang macam ini ya. Dia ya bukan boleh itu kalau dia kira ini, tapi kiraan lebih kurang ya about the energy per day itu ya macam inilah cara kira dia ya. Ini kan general ya ini. Kiraan ini kan general ya, ya kan ya? Mirutul. Hanya saya nak kaitkan saja ini.
Okay, sir.
Apa tuh? Saya tunjuk balik jawaban tadi. Nak snap. Oh, nak snap. Nanti saya bagi nih. Tapi silakan snap. Nanti saya bagi. Sila, udah ini? Siapa tadi? Udah kalau nak snap. Silakan. Nanti saya bagi. Dekat grup saya bagi. Dah? Sudah? Hello? Sudah? Siapa tadi? Send dalam grup. Ya, nanti saya send. Lepas selesai saya send. Topik ya? COP ada masuk panel tak, sir? Ini semua kok, ini masuk, ini tak masuk. Macam mana mau saya cakap nanti? Study lah, tapi relate tu macam inilah ya. Sikit aja ni, Pak. Saya pun tak banyak apa. Hanya lebih kurang macam ini, hanya mungkin saya agak pusing sikit lah. Soalan dia ni agak ubah sikit. Okey? Cia, Guan? Okey, ada apa-apa soalan? Tak ada. Kalau tak ada, kita tengok yang question untuk 4C. 4C, I repeat again the question. Yeah, the inside electrical foot warmer is measured using a handheld psychometric and gives the temperature result 44 degrees Celsius dB and 29.3 degrees Celsius wet bulb temperature. Decide the values of relative humidity, enthalpy, specific volume, dew point, and humidity ratio using a psychometric chart. Jadi soalnya. Jadi selalu saya cakap, I always say that when we want to apply the temperature in the psychometric chart, we can starting from the wet bulb and dry bulb temperature. Now in here, for the dry bulb, is given by the 44 degrees Celsius. And the wet bulb 29.3 degrees Celsius. Remember, it is dry bulb temperature for the particle. It is for the particle lines, and then for the wet bulb, for the what we can call as the sloping, left sloping line projection, yang saya selalu cakap, left sloping line position, yang dia agak sengit macam inilah. Kemudian ada dash patah-patah putus-putus yang lain dia. Now we can start from here. Nah, so look at here. Ini pun saya tengok baca macam tu ya. Nah ini, boleh nampak ini? Tak clear, nanti saya bagi ni ya. Tadi kan kita punya ini TDB 44 degree Celsius and TWB 29.3. Now we can start from this value. It is for the particle, and this one for the left sloping line position. Agak-agak macam ini. It is for the TDB, and this one for the TWB. It is for the 44 degrees Celsius. It is for the 29.3 degrees Celsius. We obtain one intersection point. Now remember, the all values for the humidity ratio, and then dew point, dew point temperature, enthalpy, specific volume, find from this intersection point. Jadi kita tengok yang 44 degree Celsius, 44 degree Celsius, look at this all values for the TDB. So TDB is 44 degrees Celsius. It is 40, 45 here. One scale is 1 degree Celsius. 41, 42, 43, 44. Inilah dia 44. Vertical line. Tarik ini garis ini. Tarik garis terus. Ini tarik garis terus nih. Oke, satu. And then we draw the wet bulb temperature. 29.3 degree Celsius. Which one dash line of the wet bulb? Ini yang dash ini yang saya ingat ke kiri ini yang dash. Yang dash ini semua, kan ada dash ini. Let's say ini kan ada dash ini 20. Kemarin ini 25. 25. This one 25. Nah, so we have value 29.3. Jadi kalau ini 25, this one 26, 27, 28, 29. Nah, ini 29 ya. Kalau ini saya tulis ini, it is 29. 29.3, kalau ini kan 30. Ya, artinya tengah-tengah ini kan 29.5. Ya, agak-agak yang 29.3 inilah dia. Ini ya, yang garis ini ya. Nah, this one. Tarik terus ini. Nah, from the vertical lines TDB and then from the left sloping line position TWB, we have one intersection point. Ini dia. Nah, ini. Nah, so the first, we can find the humidity ratio. Daripada sini, humidity ratio yang lalu kan ya diperolehin dari garis horizontal. Ya, through this intersection point. Mananya, buat satu draw one line in the horizontal line, ya until arriving the value of humidity ratio. Mananya, please take your ruler. Jangan lupa nanti ya, bawa pembaris ya, masa final exam. Ya, please use the ruler and then draw one line. The position is horizontal line through this point. Ini kalau kita gambarkan ya macam inilah dia. Until arriving this value. Ini ya, humidity ratio. Nah, here. Nah, mananya, ini ya, the humidity ratio is 20 gram of moisture per kilogram dry air. Ini kan 20 ya, wrapping di 20. Boleh ya, the first? Siapa yang tak paham, terus saja tanya. Siapa yang tak paham, terus tanya. Oke dah. Yang ini kita ada perolehin. The humidity ratio. And then, ya from the horizontal line, tadi kan the horizontal line goes to right side. Yang ini horizontal line goes to left side. Tarik lagi garis horizontal, ya arriving this point. And then it is the saturating temperature. Ya, TDB is equal, ini kan arriving pas ini ya, 25 ini. Ya, mananya dia nilai dew point atau saturated temperature, nilai dia sama untuk wet bulb temperature ya. So, TDB 25 degree Celsius. Nih. Oke, silakan. Sampai sini dulu. Ada apa-apa yang kurang paham? Ya, until now, ya please ask if you have, if you don't understand, ya please ask. Ya, until here. Oke, boleh ya? Boleh semua? Oke, alhamdulillah. Oke, and then, ya we have draw the wet bulb temperature ya. Ini kan tadi wet bulb temperature. And then drag terus ke kiri until arriving here. Ya, nah so this all value for the enthalpy ya, enthalpy. Jadi kalau ini 90, ya ini kan 95, kemudian 100 ya. Jadi ini daripada sini ada 1, 2, 3. Ya 5 tambah 3, 8. So 98 ya. So in here is 98 ya kilojoule per kilogram dry air ya pada enthalpy. Boleh ya? Oke. Dah. Oke, now we want to find the value of specific volume and the value of relative humidity. Nah ini. Ya, the first, we want to find the specific volume. Ya, specific volume. Look at all, yes, from the intersection point. Which one is specific volume? Value yang ini ya, yang dia sengit ke kiri. Ya, the specific volume, ya, for the values, ya, of the left sloping line position. Tapi yang mana yang ada ini? Dia kan ada tulis ini specific volume. Ya, jadi yang ini ini semua specific volume ya. Ini kemarin specific volume. Ya. Volume ini 0.87. Ini specific volume. Ya, kemarin terus 0.88, 0.88 ya. And then because this point is between this line, this line and this line. Okay. Nah, so please lah, look for this value, using berapa dia per sentimeter itu, berapa dia punya value of specific volume. Ya, cara dia sama. Ya, kalau ini kebetulan ini kita tarik ya, if we draw like this one, ini draw kemari, ini ya, until wrapping here, and line ini juga sama, arriving here, and then ini yang ini titik point ini juga tarik ini ya, kita peroleh di sini, ini ya, garis ini, and then measure, ya yang paling besar ini, line paling besar, dia adalah 1.3 cm. Ya, kemudian dari ini kan specific volume yang terkecil dekat sini kan ini. Berapa ini? Specific volume 0.92 ya, 0.92. 0.92 and it is 0.93. It is 0.94. So in here 0.93. Ya. Now we have values this line ini sama ya, kalau di sini sama ini. Kemarin ini 1.3 cm. Nanti gunakan masing-masing pembaris ya, masing-masing pembaris. Ya 1.3 cm, and then ini kemari from here to here sama ya, ini kemari is around berapa ini? 1 cm. Ya 1 cm ya. Okay, 1 cm. Nah, so the first we want to find 1 cm itu berapa meter cubic per kilogram dry air. Nah, so we can write in here 1 cm is equal to highest specific volume above this point 0.93 ya. This line ya. Ini line 0.93. Nah, ini kemudian tolak yang bawah dia 0.92. Ya, dibagi panjangnya ini 1.3. Ya. Nah, so we obtain 0.0077 meter cubic per kilogram dry air. Ya, ini ya, kilogram per dry air.
Sir,
Ya.
yang 1.3 tu macam mana kira?
Ini saya ulang, tengok.
Macam
Tengok
mana
ni.
tengok?
Iya, tengok. Ini kan kita punya point dekat sini. Dah ya? And then point ini berada di garis spesifik yang ini dan juga yang ini. Boleh? Dah. Kemudian ambillah yang saya selalu katakan, draw one line. Ya, the line is shortest through this point. Ya, between this line and this line. Jadi kalau kita figurekan inilah kita draw like this one. Ini sama kalau kita tarik dekat sini, ini sebabkan saya mau tulis dekat sini. Kalau dekat sini nanti kan ramai sangat. Ya sama, inilah dia. Ambil yang ini, ambil line ini, inilah dia. Ya, dia punya distance. Lalu measure pakai pembaris dari line ini dengan ini. Boleh? Siapa tadi? Hello?
Boleh sir.
Dapatlah nanti masing-masing orang beza sikit ada masalah bagi saya. Dapatlah values 1.3 cm.
Okay.
Ya. Nah, kalau dia dekat sini 0.93, dekat sini 0.92 dan distance dia 1.3 cm, 1 cm-nya berapa itu? Gitu. Nah, itu. Sebab kita kan nanti kan ini kan nak tambahkan 0.92 tambah jarak ini. Kan poin ini kan dekat sini. Yang ini dekat sini kan 1 cm ini. Ya, boleh ya?
Boleh
Oke.
sir.
Oke. Nah, jadi dapat tadi ya 1 cm-nya 0.077 meter kubik per kilogram dry air. Nah, so thus the specific volume, nah ini ya, saya baca, the specific volume is equal to V ini, yang bawah tadi ini 0.92 ditambah jarak ini kemari 1 cm, ini ya 1 cm. Ditambah 1 cm, darat per cm dia berapa? Per cm dia kan 0.0077 meter kubik per kilogram. Jadi inilah dia. Yang ini ya. Ini ya, jadi ini V sama dengan 0.92 ditambah 1, coba ya, ini ya. So, the specific volume is equal to 0.92, mananya yang lain di bawah, nilai dia yang di bawah poin tadi ini. Ini kan 0.92 lain ini. Ditambah, ini kemari, ya from here to here, sebabkan kita nak tambahkan value ini berapa sih gitu. Ya, the value for the distance, ya, how many meter cubic per kilogram? Yeah, because 1 per centimeter is given this one, and then we know here to here is 1 centimeter. Nah, so plus 1 centimeter darat 1 centimeternya kan ini. So 1 ini darat 0.0777. Nah, ini ya. Nah, so last we obtain lah 0.9277 ya, meter kubik per kilogram dry air. Ya, betul ini. Coba kita kira semula. 0.077. Ya, jadi satu dengan satu darab 0.0777 ya samalah 0.077 ya tambah plus 0.92. Ya, jadi so oh ini jironya 3 ya nih ya. Ditambahkan lagi nih. Ya, ini 1 darab 0.0077 ya. So ini kan ini 0.0077 ya. Jadi ini 0.992 0.927 277 meter kubik per kilogram dry air. Ya, 0.9277. Betul, Javinat? Betul ini? Halo? Halo?
Betul, sir.
Ya, boleh ya? Oke ya. Oke, sekali lagi ini kita lanjut. Nah, udah ada pertanyaan ya. Nah, sekarang kita tengok yang this point is also ya in this line ya. Ini this line ini. Juga this line ini. Nah, ini. Nah, ini yang curving line position ini, inilah line relative humidity. Ya, relative humidity. Nah, so sama. Ya, please draw one shortest line. Jadi ini kalau kita draw agak-agak inilah ya. Inilah yang ambil terpendek lah dia. Nah, ini. Nah, lalu ini kemarin ini jaraknya berapa gitu. Lalu ini juga ini berapa. Nah, ini kalau saya tarik ini ya, melalui ini ya. Melalui ini kalau saya tarik. Nah, ini nanti rule ini bagus ya. Lalu yang ini juga, ini kemarin ya. Nah, ini. Nah, ini samalah dia kalau pakai rule yang bagus. Nah, jadi ini kemari ya from here to here, ini ya. is around 1.75. Ya, 1.75 ya. Ya, this one is 1.75. Kalau ikut ini ya saya nih, 1.75. Nanti maybe 1% and the others yes is different, tapi kalau dia dekat-dekat is okay. Ini 1.75, inilah dia 1.75. Okay, and then ini kemari ya measure 0.9. Ya 0.9 cm. Ini ya 0.9. Nah, so this value ini kan ada 30 ya. Yang ini 30, ini kan terusan dia ya. Kemudian yang lain this one is 40. So we want to know 1 cm berapa? Nah, so we find lah 1 cm here. Ya. 40, ini 40 ya. Peratus tolak unit dia peratus ini ya. 40% tolak 30% divided by distance ini kemari. Yang tadi 1.75. We obtain lah 5.71%. Ya. Okay, obtain. Means 1 cm, the values is 5.71%. Thus we want to find the relative humidity. Ya, the relative humidity here yang daripada sini line ini kan sekarang kita nak tengok nih nilai ini berapa gitu. Nah, so kan nilai yang daripada sini yang 30% ditambah jarak ini kemari. Jarak ini kemari the distance is 0.9 cm. Sebab 1 cm-nya 5.71%, maka nanti ini ditambah jaraknya 0.9 darab per cm-nya 1.75% ya, ini ya. So inilah is equal to 30% daripada yang ini ditambah jarak ini kemari is 0.9 cm, ini tambahkan cm ya, ini per cm ini 571% per cm kamu tambahkan. So ini cm 0.9 cm darab 571% per cm. Ya, ini kan habis. Ini diharapkan kemudian tambah 30%. Dapatlah 35.14. Siap betul itu? Ya, sekejap ya. 0.9 darab 0.9 darab 5.71. Ya, tambah 30%. 35 ya betul, 35.14 ya. 35, ini 35.14% ya. 14%. Nah, inilah dia. Itulah cara-cara dia ya. Itulah ini ya pelan-pelan bisa buat ini. Oke, ada apa-apa soalan? Any question for this question? Dota is possible to share the tutorial. Ya, nanti saya akan share. Lepas ini akan saya share ke grup ya. Apa nama Tahir Abdul Qadir. After this session, I'll share this tutorial material in this our group ya. Oke. Oke, any question? The others? Sila. Bagi soalan. Oke, sila. Tak ada? Hello? Nazmi, ada soalan Nazmi? Imran? Azmi, Haziq, Narid, Fikri, Amar, Amir, Alif, Adif, Sazwan, Haikal, Faris, Irwansa. Dah finish.
Sir.
Dah finish. Okay. Ya, Miruta. Mirutula. Ya, Mirutula.
Tadi yang tu 40% tolak 30% ke?
40%, 40. Sekejap. Oh, ini 40%.
Okey.
Okey ya, ini 40 ya, sebab ini line point ini kalau kita tarik garis ini, yang ini kan berada di 40. Kemudian bawahnya berada di 30. Nah, so yang ini 40 peratus tolak 30% ya. Oke? Miruto? Oke ya?
Sir.
Oke. Ada apa-apa lagi yang lain? Yang lain? Any question? Nanti yang mau saya share yang ada tulisan saya conteng-conteng merah ini kah? Mana lagi lo? Yang merah-merah aja. Mana? Biar ini. Kalau yang tadi kan ada yang tersilap apa nih? Pavitra?
Ya, okey Pak. Okey, mesti.
Ya, oke ya. Yang conteng yang conteng-conteng ya. Oke. Oke, you finish. Oke, kalau tak ada last question. Yeah, it is about the air handling unit. Yeah, air handling unit, air handling unit van consumes 20 kilowatt of power and delivers air at rate of 20 meter cubic per second. Presently, media filter of 75 PA pressure drop is used in the system. The total pressure drop, including the media filter of air handling unit system, is 600 PA. Calculate the achievable when power saving if the media filter is replaced with an electronic air cleaner, which has a negligible pressure drop. Present air flow rate and efficiency required to be maintained after replacing the media filter with the electronic air cleaner. Banyak tengok ni ya, ini saya write in here. Jadi we have the air handling unit. Kalau ingat kita lebih kurang blok diagram dia kan macam ini ya. Ini ya dia punya flow lah. Agak-agak ini ya. Nah ini yang kita sebut ini supply pipe. Ya, supply pipe from this one. Ya, di sini ada damper. Ya, ada damper. Kemudian masuk kemari. Saya kok gambarnya kok macam ini. Nah, ini ya. Ini ada damper. Masukkan kemari ya. Boleh tutup ini supaya jangan masuk kemari kalau yang dari return. Yang ini damper juga. Ya, lalu dekat sinilah ada filter. Ini saya tulis filter. Yang di sini ada sistem cooling coil. Ya, cooling coil, kemudian ini cakaplah room lain inilah ya. Ini room nak dicoolkan. Ya, ini kan masuk sini, kemudian masuk sini. Lepas itu dia go back lah kemari. Ini yang return pipe. Okay, so same in here we have blower or fan in here, and also here we have also fan. Ya, nah so this filter ya kita harap dia punya, kalau ini tadi filter, ya it is filter, and then we want to change to be air, ya electronic cleaner. Replace to be mana tadi? Which electronic air cleaner. electronic air cleaner. Ya ini ya, ini mau kita ubah. Ya, we want to change. Ya, to be electronic air cleaner. When this condition using filter, kita kalau ini keadaan pertama, ini kita tulislah filter ini untuk keadaan pertama, elektronik ini untuk keadaan kedua ya. Maksudnya keadaan kedua ini for the two condition ya is changed to be electronic air cleaner. In the first condition, the air flow rate ya Q1, this one ya is equal to 20 meter cubic per second. 20 meter cubic per second. Ya, meter cubic per second. And then present media filter, ya, in here we have the, saya tulis juga sini ya, Q1 is equal to 20 meter cubic per second. And then delta P filter, ya, in here is equal to 75 PA. Ya, same in here ya, delta P filter is equal to 75 PA. Ya, okay, and then the total pressure drop including the media filter, ya, A handling unit system is 600 PA. Maknanya ini masih keadaan pertama dekat sini, delta P1. Ya, delta P1 is equal to 600 PA. Ya, we have in here delta P1 is equal to 600 PA. Ya, ini yang filter. This condition all for this one. Okay, now we change it. Ya, filter to be ya electronic ya air cleaner. Ya kan same ya, in here kan supaya ini ada filter and then this pen operate ya, operate ya needs electrical energy. Okay, nah so mean in here we have ini ya the consume ya 20 kilowatt means here needs W1 is equal to 20 ya 20 kilowatt ya 20 kilowatt. Okay, now ya we want to change ya this filter to be electronic air cleaner, this one ya, the second condition ya, for this second condition ya is stated that present air flow rate and efficiency required to be maintained. Mananya sebelum dan sesudah sham, ya after replacing the media filter. Nah, dekat sini mananya Q2 is equal to Q1 same 20 meter cubic per second. Tetap dia yang kita akan perlukan cool air ya from the supply pipe ya tetap 20 meter cubic per second yang masuk kemari, yang media to be electronic air cleaner. And also efficiency same before and after. Ini ya, efficiency required to be maintained ya. Jadi mananya efficiency 2 is equal to efficiency 1 here. Di mana samanya ini to be aja nih, melatih saja. Sama yang macam kelas. Nah, so kalau ini this condition, this second condition ya is change filter to be electronic air cleaner and this all condition ya is required. Nah, so ya nih ya, soalan dia calculate the achievable pen power saving. Ya, kita nak cari ya di achievable power. Ya, pen power saving. Ya, jadi maknanya kita nak cari ini W2 ini nanti berapa gitu ya, dekat sini. Ini kan is given by yang pertama, power pertama tolak power kedua. Maknanya kena ada saving lah di sini berapa, inilah dia saving dia. Ya, nah so Yeah, remember, same lah like the pumping system, but in here only pumping here, and then the specific each mananya ada pen kan selalu ada motor juga, ada coupling, and then ada pump system. But in here efficiency meaning here is total efficiency given ya. Nah, so ya the formula ni I answer here ya. Answer, the general formula is given by W kan is equal to Q multiply losses ya divided by efficiency. Ya. Nah, kalau saya tulis macam ini kan boleh ya. Power input keadaan pertama ya, power input for the first condition divided by power input the second condition, it is for the filter, and this one for the electronic air cleaner. Nah, so can be written kan Q1 multiply delta P1 divided by efficiency 1 over Q2 ya, multiply delta P2 over efficiency 2. Ya, efficiency 2. Nah, so we know in here Q2 is equal to Q1. Nah, so here can be cut. And then efficiency 1 is equal to efficiency 2 also can be cut. Nah, so it is equal delta P1 over delta P2. Ya, ya. Or we want to find the W2. Yeah, from here we can write W2 is equal to delta P2. Ya, delta P2 multiply W1 over delta P1 ya. Yeah, and then remember, the delta P2 is given by delta P1 minus delta P filter. This one divided by delta P1. So is equal to delta V1 is 20 kilowatt or 20,000 watt this one. Multiply 600 minus 75 divided by 600 PA is equal to berapa nih? $20,000 multiply 700 minus 75 over 600 75